Good morning, traders. It's Wednesday, June 10th at 4:18 a.m. All right, we've got some numbers out today. Core inflation and CPI 8:30. So more volatility. The market's been a little bit nuts the last few days. So anyway, dark pool's been active. So let's go ahead and map this out. So I've got two stocks for you today. We've got the SPY and we've got the QQQs. Usually if the market is moving quickly in the down direction, if it's crashing, it's sometimes better to trade the indices and the ETFs in that rather than focusing on individual stocks to trade the whole market. That's my preference anyway. So we're going to map out the Qs and the SPY. So these are the largest trades in the last week on the Qs. And look at this. See this candle right here? This one here, this volume belonged in the previous day. So at the top, 9.3 million, 740.33, 2 million shares here, 744. So up here at the top is 11 million shares right here. And so we had this big pullback, and then we've got all of these prints in this day. We pushed up to the 4 exponential moving average, and then we pulled all the way back down. That was the largest move down. I think it was like 35 points or something yesterday, and then we pushed back up, and now we're starting to move down a little bit, but we're below all of these prints. So we need to, especially with the numbers, but we do this to not have a bias so that you do see trade setups on both sides of the trade. There are a retracement trade that we could take to the upside a little bit if you wanted to catch that for intraday, and then we have a trade to the downside. So let's go ahead and look at that. So you can see all the prints overlaid here. I'll make this a little bit bigger. You can see the prints overlaid on the left-hand side, and you can see first off where the institutional positions are, these prints, how they are support and resistance, right? So you can have, here's an up thrust to test. We failed. Come back to this print. This is from June 9th, 400,000. And this is post-market up to this 1.7 million. Down to this 3 million, lower high, holding the 3 million, and then we have the pre-market. We're starting to move down below these prints, so this looks like it's a distribution pattern here. But anyway, let's map this out. We're going to be bullish above 712. Now this looks like we're at 702 right now, but 712, we've got a lot of stuff in the way. We've got these prints here, so we'd have to break above this range, but then I've got a 200 exponential moving average. Then we've got another print, my 200 simple moving average, and then we've got this cam at 711.50. So I put 712, target 714. Then we've got 715.03, 716, 17 is this 2.3 million. 718.63 is a cam. Then I've got 720, 722.50, 724, and 726.87 would get us up here. So if however the numbers affect the market, okay, we're going to be bearish below 700. So we're moving down here. We're selling off a little bit, but we've got this support here right now. So we've got these wicks on the bottom. See if that's a little bit of a demand zone. We'll see, but let's get below 700. We want this cam here to be resistant. So if we break below, test increasing volume, they call it a dreaded H, and then start moving down to different levels. So 697.03 would be the target here. Then we've got 695, 692.50, 690, 687.58 is S1. So you can see we've got really nice pockets on the downside here, and then looking left, there's support there as well. So that's 687.58. 686.22 is also a cam. Then we've got 685, 680, 675, 672.50. Then we've got 670, 667, 63 here. So this is huge. 667 to 700. I've mapped out $32.67 on that, just so that you have the levels, and mind your $2.50 levels, $5 levels, things like that on the downside there. And if the 4 and the 8 exponential moving average are running together, look at this from yesterday. No reason to get out of the trade until we closed above it, right? All the way down there. there's your exit on that right there. So this is the shorter term momentum, and getting in here when it first broke below with increasing volume, there was no reason to get out. You can take some profit, especially at print levels and things like that, but this just continued and sold off from the entire day, and I haven't seen a 35-40 point move in the Qs in one day before, so that was pretty interesting there. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the SPY. Okay, so the SPY here, these are the largest prints in the last week, and you can see here at the top, right up here, 7 million, 4.9 million, 2 million, right up here at the top. And see this line here, this print here belonged in the previous day, and you can see here that as this was falling, we had all of these trades come in that were way outside the previous day's high. And so they were selling this one here, and this came all the way down. And then in the last couple days, we've got more and more prints. You can see these down here, 2 million, 1 million, 500,000, and we're starting to move down again. So let's map this out as well. We're going to be bullish above 736. Let's get above this pivot. Similar sort of thing. We've got this bearish candle holding on. We've got this print here. And so, yeah, we've got to get above this 736, target 737.07, which is a 2.1 million share trade. Mind the 200 exponential moving average here, 737.91, 500K, 738.68, another 500K, 739.28 is also a cam and an 879K print. And I wanted to mention that the 738.68 here is pretty much the 4 exponential moving average on the daily. And you can see how this has been holding that and pushing down. So just be careful. If we come up and start turning over again, then that's a good shorting entry as well. Then we've got 740.87 is 500K. 741.51 is a cam. Then we've got 743, which is the 8 exponential. That's this one up here on the daily. 745 and 748.44 is R1. So that's crazy. That's 14 points. But anyway, we moved that yesterday. We're going to be bearish below 732.50. Let's get below this cam right here. Target 730.36 is a cam. Down here, 727.50, 724.13 is S1. So we've got a really nice pocket here, a bounce, another pocket down here, 723.68, 720, 715, 712.25, and 711.20. So if things are bad, we can have a nice move on the downside as well. Okay, those are your 2 trade setups for today. So please like, share, subscribe, do all of that great stuff. Sign up for our weekly dark pool report. For swing trading, we do 13 stocks, SPY, IWM, and the Qs, and you get nice charts, bullish above, bearish below. No thinking on those ones. It's just mechanical, no bias. And so first name, email address, yeah, and you get that delivered on Sunday morning every week. All right, happy trading, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow with all new trade setups. Take care. MobyTick has partnered with TrendSpider to bring real-time institutional trades to your charts. Click the link in the description below for more details.